Today's story is The Little Prince. Let's go. The little prince lived on a very small planet. It was so small that if you wanted to feed 9 elephants on it, then you'd have to stack them on one on top of the other. On this tiny planet, the little prince's most important job was to pick sprouting baobab seeds. If the tree grew too big, their roots would swallow up the small planet. One day, the little prince was picking out sprouts. Is this a baobab tree sprout? It looks a bit different. The little prince did not pick this one out and just watched it. I wondered what tree it will become. The little prince gave it water every day and watched it. Then, one day, something surprising happened. As the stem and leaves grew, a flower bud appeared. The flower bud slowly began to open, and then finally a red flower blossomed. The flower gave a yawn, and then said the little prince, "Ah, I just woke up. Does my messy hair look ugly?" The little prince answered immediately, "Ugly? No, you are so beautiful." The little prince decided to take care of the flower. He gave it water, protected it from wind, and even cut worms around it. The little prince liked the flower. The flower also liked the little prince, but the flower had one bad habit. Although the flower liked the little prince, it sometimes misbehaved. "If you come close, my thorn will cut you." Even though it did not really feel this way, the flower acted like this for fun. The little prince was so sad that he told the flower he would leave the planet. The flower apologized, but it didn't matter. The little prince left his planet to take a trip to the other planet. On the first planet, there lived a king. The king always made his own rules. Every time you wanted to yawn, you had to ask for the king's permission. The little prince quickly left the first planet. On the second planet, there lived a very vain adult. "On this planet, I'm the best looking, the best dressed, the richest, and the smartest." The little prince thought adults were very strange. On the third planet, there lived a man who drank alcohol. There were many bottles and alcohols near him. The little prince asked this man why he drank so much. "It makes me shy to know that I drink alcohol. To overcome my shyness, I keep drinking alcohol." On the fourth planet, lived a businessman. The businessman was very busy. He was very busy because he had to count all the stars in the sky. Every day he had to write the numbers down on paper as he counted. He was very happy because he thought all the stars belonged to him. The fifth planet was the smallest of all. The planet so far. It went from morning to night quite quickly. On this planet, there lived a man who spent all his time turning a street light on and off. This man could not rest as he had to always turn the street light on and off. Although the little prince liked his man, the planet was so small for him to stay on. On the sixth planet, there lived a ger- geographer who was looking at a big book. The geographer was writing down where the seas, rivers, cities, mountains, and deserts were. But he did not know if his planet had any seas or deserts. Which planet should I go to? The little prince asked the geographer. Go to the planet called Earth. This is how the little prince came to Earth. When the little prince arrived on Earth, he looked up. He could see the planet he lived on twinkling. A golden snake came out of the sand. Hello, the little prince greeted the golden snake. That twinkling star is my planet. The little prince looked up at the sky as he said this. That's pretty star. On my planet, there is a pretty flower. Although there is something a little wrong with that flower. The little prince and the golden snake said nothing for a few moments. If you want to go back to your planet, tell me I have the power to send you back. But the little prince did not want to go back to his planet. The little prince wanted to meet new friends. He walked and walked. Soon after, he came to a garden full of red flowers. The flowers looked just like the flower he had left on his planet. Who are you? We are roses, the little prince suddenly got sad. I thought that the flower on my planet was the only one, but here there are so many. Just then a fox appeared. Hello, who are you? The little prince greeted the fox. I am a fox. Come over here and play with me. I'm lonely. The fox shook his head as he answered. I don't want to play with you. I don't want us to get too close. The little prince bent his head down and asked, what does get too close mean? If we spend a lot of time together and know what each other needs, we may have a special friendship. Getting too close is you are the only person in the world for me. I'm the only fox and in the world for you. Flowers also are like this. Go to the garden and look at the flower again. See if the flower on your planet is really the same as the ones in the garden. This little prince went to the garden right away. It was amazing that his flower did not look like any of the flowers. Because my flowers is so close to me. My flower is a very special flower for me. The little prince began to cry because he missed his flower. I am responsible for my flower. I must return to my planet. The little prince went to the desert to meet the snake. After a long time in the desert, the little prince finally met the golden snake. I want to return to my planet. Help me. The golden snake wrapped himself around the little prince's ankle. Soon after, the little prince slowly fell to the sand. It seemed like the golden snake had beaten him. Then something amazing happened. In the spot that the little prince fell down, there was nothing. There was only sand. Instead, in the sky, one star was twinkling. It was the small planet that the little prince lived on. Did the little prince safely return to his planet? Thank you for the watching. Bye bye.